on the side of the barrier. Can you just walk over here for me?
Alright, get your hands off.
Okay.
You need to get hands off.
Yeah, can you just walk over towards the barrier?
No.
You're on private property, you're on private
Right,
property.
can I just explain? I had a look. I couldn't see any signs anywhere. I'm just trying to save the barrier. Yeah, but the barrier's not across the pavement. Okay, fine. Jog on then. Not a problem. Jog on. No, well, if you're not going to listen, you came out very nice. If you want to start being obnoxious, stupid, you're just not listening to what I've got to say. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So, we're just looking at Express Park. There is an entrance way and everything sorted out, but I'm not stopping and waiting to be challenged there, because we're here today to visit Avon and Somerset Police. Apparently this is one of the big HQs, so we're going to have a little look around, see what we can find, and see if they treat us with respect and talk to us nicely. So, a huge car park, manually operated gate, not too many marked cars around in this section. There's an electric one through the gates there, we might come back to that one. So just moving in out the sun a little bit. So you can see it's a rather large station. Lots of glass, all that sort of stuff. So we're going to have a little wander around, go down this way a touch. Little bit concerned about the wind today, guys. It is blowing a hoolie, so I'm hoping you can hear us okay. So we'll just have a little look at the sign. So Avon and Somerset Police, visitors parking, accessible parking, reception, operational vehicles and staff parking. So a bit of a strange setup around this bit, operational vehicles only. So you've got some bits of landscaping. Haven't seen any signs anywhere yet to say no pedestrians. So we've got a big area just here. Can't really see much. Shuttered doors. Obviously we've got the gate area just here. Usual signs. No tailgating. Images are being monitored for the purpose of crime prevention and public safety. And this one says the scheme's managed by Avon and Somerset Constabulary. So it all seems very quiet at the moment, so we'll just head back this way for a bit. Couple of coppers coming in. Unmarked car. Tell by the stuff on the roof. Quite busy for the traffic. So we're just going to have a little walk around this little area. The sun is shining. It's a little bit fresh, so we'll just have a look in this area, see what we can see. So Obviously a training room up there by the look of it. See a flip chart ready for doing bits and pieces. Don't know how busy the reception area is at the moment, so we'll have a little slip down this way a little bit, see what we can see inside. So obviously there's some gates just there, guys, so we're not going to go down that way. Not a lot to see in there. So we've got a couple of interview rooms. Couple of interview rooms. We won't film in there because there's people in there at the moment. So it clearly says Bridgwater Police Centre. So we just come back up this way. It's getting around about lunchtime, so we might see some comings and goings. We'll have a little look around, but for now, guys, I'm going to drop it down and pick it up in a minute. Good afternoon, how you doing?
I'm very well, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
What's your name, my friend?
My name, well, if you identify yourself first, sir, I'll
Yeah,
do the
that's
same
fine.
thing, and we'll see if we can get off to a good foot.
I'm PC733 Brown.
I'm PC3050 Martin.
Thank you.
How can we help you on this?
Can I
fine
just say
officer?
something?
Yes.
What is it that makes police officers dip their shoulders?
I just don't know if you can get
It's a habit, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a habit. This is why we asked you to identify verbally,
That's alright.
because you know
fine.
some people are impaired. Sorry, my name's Scott, by the way,
Oh, nice to meet you, Scott.
because you did ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm just going to ask you is body worn camera
Yeah, it's on and activated.
on and
There you go.
activated.
On and activated.
I do understand your policy is to let the member of the public know at your first opportunity.
That's apologies.
Yeah.
Well,
No, that's fine.
yeah,
That's
there you
fine.
go. Yeah.
You obviously guess why I'm here, I'm assuming.
I
I don't know how you.
don't know.
I don't know how you
unfortunately.
classify yourself. How would you classify yourself? Being here?
I'm a reporter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I'm here to bridge build. Yeah, bridge build. Build bridges between
Okay.
you guys
Yeah.
and us, the members of the public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you've probably seen a lot of videos online
I see plenty. Yeah.
where you're baited, you're
Yeah.
abused. Sometimes your colleagues deserve it because the way they interact. Other times, I think it's pretty unfair.
Okay.
I picked up this about, what we're talking now, 9 weeks ago to try and build that bridge and to put a much better light on the interactions that we have.
Okay. All right.
So, are you up for answering a few questions?
Well, if you're a reporter, I can't technically answer those questions. I have to go through my
Well, you see-
my media.
You see, the
spots,
trouble
you see.
is, we contact the media,
Yeah.
and if I was to say PC Brown was an excellent young man, I saw him drag a baby out of a crashed car, like to recommend him for a commendation, they would speak to me all day long.
Mm.
If I just want to contact them and say, could I meet up with somebody from the local policing team and ask some questions,
Yep.
nothing operational, nothing sort of top secret,
Yeah.
we get fobbed off, or even worse, if it's an email, they don't even reply. So what we tend to do, or what I tend to do, my approach is I come, I film, you guys have to come out and ask me what I'm doing. I would expect you to, otherwise you're not doing your job.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're not too busy to just answer a few questions. My viewers would love that.
Well, I'm sure they would.
You've been very professional, so don't
Sorry,
spoil it now.
What was your surname, Scott?
My surname, why
Yeah.
would you need that, sir?
Well, just purely because you're out here
Yeah.
filming,
Yeah.
and you did initially say you introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got Scott, and I swear you said your surname, but I didn't quite catch
No,
it.
I didn't actually.
You didn't?
No, I would
Oh.
only give that if you thought I was committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or had committed
Yeah,
a crime.
I got
if
no
that's
suspicion at
okay.
the moment, yeah.
Only because
Yeah.
anonymity to us sometimes as reporters is as important as your CID or
Okay.
undercover guys.
That's right. So you
Yeah.
don't want to give me your surname?
No.
Okay, alright. Do you want to give me your date of birth?
What, are you going to send me a birthday card?
No, it's just for our own like reporting purposes, say we
Of
need to-
course.
Yeah, you know,
But
it's nothing malicious or anything.
have
it's
you
just-
seen the IPCC memo that went out?
Which one was
It's
that?
all right, I'm eating the sweets. I'm
Oh,
trying.
okay, no worries. That's
So
fine.
it's been re-updated towards the end of last year. It just says that people doing this sort of thing should be accepted now. By all means, challenge.
Yeah.
See what reaction you get.
Okay.
But we're not doing anything nefarious.
Oh, no.
There's no need to go down the terrorism route or any
No,
of
no,
that
no.
sort of nonsense that some people do. And I've got to say, mainly north of Watford.
Okay.
Down this way, I have found that the police are very professional.
Thank you very much.
And it is really just to have a chat and see if you will answer my questions. You've apologised for your body cam. That's
Yeah.
one of the little things we pick up on.
Yeah.
I am looking to see if you've got the thin blue line on.
I have not got the.
And that was going to be one of my questions
Okay.
is I understand it's a charity for police officers killed in the line of duty, and I
Yep.
understand that totally. Are you aware that some members of the public,
Yeah.
and I do believe it's a small minority, but they do see it as a bit of a gang sign?
Okay.
And I think that's mainly because of the police forces up north.
Okay.
Because people that seem to wear them do, and it's a sweeping statement, but do tend to act a little bit more unprofessional, shall we say?
Is that sorry? Sorry, I was
No, that's
listening to the radio.
no,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Apologies.
I'm just stating that up
Okay.
north,
All right, okay.
the ones that do wear the blue badge,
Yeah.
thin blue line, do tend to be a little bit unprofessional.
Okay, that's right.
I'm aware that there's somebody trying to design a new badge for people that have died in police custody.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think that's a good idea? It will raise money for charity, obviously.
Oh, I guess whoever's coming up with an idea like that, could be quite a good idea.
Yeah. Do you mind if I just turn this way a bit? 'Cause I have noticed the light's not great here.
Yeah.
And being that the camera tells half the story, that's better.
Yeah. There you go.
So how long have you been in the job?
I started in March last year.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I'm
Do you know,
fairly
I'm
fresh.
coming across a lot of new bobbies. So you're part
Yeah.
of this 20,000 campaign to get people in.
Oh yeah, I mean it's part of a I mean just a general policing program that
Sure.
has been introduced.
So uni grad?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so come through uni. Do they promote the police force in universities now to get people to join?
I can't say I've noticed. I didn't find out that way, so
Right,
I just
okay.
found out by looking online. So.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
you sort of had an interest anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. So is your colleague okay?
Yeah,
He's not calling back up or anything to take me away.
No,
Or...
no, I don't believe so. No.
I do recognise him from somewhere. I'm not sure where though. But, yeah. So how about the new highway code then?
What about it?
What do you think of it? The new changes?
They are what they are. I can't really comment on them. I don't.
Do you think it's going to cause any problems either for you guys to police if you see things going awry, or do you think it's going to cause traffic problems? Because I understand if I'm about to turn right as a for instance and somebody's crossing the road, that I have to give way before going.
Yeah.
And in some places I travel, obviously those roads and pedestrian crossings are quite busy.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we'll have to see how it plays out.
And this cyclist thing, 5 feet to pass.
Oh, to be honest, to be quite honest with you, I haven't fully looked in
No.
depth at them.
Well,
yet,
it's
so,
not really
yeah.
your jurisdiction as such, is it?
Yeah.
Highway code. So I'm just checking your colleague's okay because he's looking a bit concerned. How long have you been in the job, young man? If I may ask. Oh no, he's still on his radio.
Yeah.
We'll leave him. So you're enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's a very rewarding job. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's one of the things I've never considered doing, to be honest with you.
No.
I'm too old now.
It's fair enough.
But I do have a lot of respect for the police, which is why I'm trying to come at it from a different angle to
Yeah.
to some of the guys. What are we doing? Face recognition?
I don't think that's something we have.
So how long's this place been open then?
I have no idea.
You've no
I
idea?
have no idea. No.
Because it looks relatively new.
Yeah, it's got a lot of money put into it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is this taking all the police forces sort of locally? So Burnham, for instance, is that going to close down?
I don't know. I don't
No.
think so. No.
No. So really then you're in the job, you've been doing your training and you're
Yeah.
really just focused on that at the moment. You're not...
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still finding my feet.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. So your role then, you look as though you're just a
I'm a police constable.
response officer?
Response officer,
A response
yes.
officer, and your colleague's
Is
the
also a
same?
response officer.
So is he your mentor?
Oh no, 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 no.
No?
No.
So you don't need one of those now?
No.
'Cause
no,
you've
I'm
been
solo
in-
patrol. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. And how do you find it down this way? Are you going out in pairs a lot, or...?
Well, sometimes go out in pairs, sometimes it's solo.
Okay,
Depends on numbers normally.
yep,
So,
sure. So it depends on what's happening, time of the week and
Yeah.
that sort of stuff as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you got any complaints about the job?
No.
Nothing you would like to see changed for your benefit?
Not at the moment, no.
Excellent. So I'm going to ask you another question. I was waiting to ask this young man as well, because if he's going to be finished shortly, I can ask you both at the same time.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Simon.
I won't pause for too long because the guys watching do tend to get a bit impatient.
No worries.
So PC Brown,
Yes, Scott.
everything okay?
All good.
Good, good.
Obviously, we just have a certain policy in regards to these kind of incidents because
Of course.
we have them on the regular at the moment.
Oh, do you?
So
So you've had somebody down recently, or?
yeah, we have.
Oh.
I'm not too sure whereabouts it occurred, but
No.
we do have these type of incidents.
Do you know the light here is absolutely terrible? Do you mind if I? That's not much.
You stand wherever you want.
I would say it's not much better. It's because we're in the shade, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you both a question, if that's okay. And I always ask this question to
Yeah.
every bobby I come across. And just so as you know, I don't just do police stations. I do anything with a public interest attached.
Okay.
So if I ask the new bobby first, I say new, the newer, because I'm taking it you've been in quite a while, PC Brown?
Wow. Wow.
No?
No.
Oh, right. How long have you been in?
Couple of years.
Oh, right. So still fairly new.
Fairly new. Yeah.
But you're senior to this young man by a couple of months. So, sorry guys. That's all right. So I'm just checking the light. So my question to you then, young man, is out on the streets, what do you think your worst enemy is?
That's quite a difficult question to answer, to be honest.
It's a seeking question,
Yeah,
a
it's quite
searching
seeking,
question.
yeah. Could be anything.
We like to get you guys thinking about it, you see, because
Yeah.
hopefully when you enter into certain incidents, your brain's already aware.
Yeah.
You're
that's-
assessing the situation from the moment you walked out to me. You were
Yeah.
assessing the situation. You eyed me up and down, and that's good. Can I make a suggestion in a second? Then, what about you, PC Brown? What would you say your worst enemy out on the streets is?
Worst enemy? I don't think there's a worst enemy. It's always an unknown situation, which is, I suppose, the enemy.
Okay.
The unknown.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, should we rephrase it slightly? Then, how about if I said to you, what do you think's your biggest danger out there?
Wow. I mean, again, depends on the circumstances, doesn't it?
Okay.
I mean, the situation you're going into, the information you get previously. You know, we're always gathering information,
Of
and
course.
we decide what the risk is at the time, and that could be anything, really, can't it?
Exactly, which is sort of where I'm leading you, but I'm going to make a suggestion to you both. I personally think that your worst enemy, your worst danger, is a bad policeman. Okay? I'll just let that sink in for 10 seconds or so, because people often say to me, why? If I have an interaction with a bad bobby, or anybody does, and they're not professional, they don't sort of keep their oath, and they act, shall we say, a little bit OTT, the next person that bobby goes to might have had a bad day as well, and already before they've even met, there's an incendiary air about the possible meeting, because you wouldn't like it if I took it out on you guys if I'd just been stopped by, say, somebody in where's the nearest constabulary around here? So it'll be, this is all Avon and Somerset, isn't it? So it'll be Gloucestershire, say?
Yeah.
Gloucestershire.
Yeah.
So if I've had a bad run in with the Gloucestershire bobby and you pull me over for a standard check, or like now, and I've got a really bad attitude, that's not fair to you. But vice versa, if you've turned up with a bad attitude, that's not fair to me. Would you agree on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
You seem to be punching in an awful lot of data. I take it you're telling them what coat I've got on, and
These are my notes. Yes.
oh, that's fine. I'm not wearing my body worn today. I didn't think it was going to be needed down here.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have told you that I had it, but not that I need to.
No.
But, so what shift you on today, guys?
Early shifts.
Early shift. So what's
Yes.
that? Is that the
7 till 4.
7 till 4? So they
Yeah.
don't do the 6 till 2 anymore? Is it 6 till 2 it used to be?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, right.
No.
Okay. See, I'm old school, so it would have been
Okay.
6 till 2, 2 till 10, 10 till 6.
Yeah, no, 7 till 4.
Did you work in the police?
No.
No.
No. No, not something I've ever fancied doing, to be honest with you. I've got a lot of respect for you guys, but
Yeah.
I don't really want to put myself on the line for some of the stuff you guys have to go into, you know.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Family and all the rest of it. I like to,
Yeah.
because you do. You get a pretty to put it bluntly, without swearing too badly, a shitty end of the stick sometimes.
Can do.
You know, and that often comes just because of what you're wearing. You know, I'm aware that this divide is actually growing at the moment. And when we see all the unrest on the streets for all these different protests, you know, you guys are dragged in, you're there to make sure people are safe, and yet you suddenly become the target for abuse and all sorts of stuff, you know. And I personally was quite pleased to see the guy in Bristol get some good time for riot. You know, when that poor Bobby was in the police van, and you know, I was watching it on TV and I was just thoroughly shocked. But there you go. Anyway, a couple more questions, if you don't mind.
Depends what they are.
Because I'm not sure if you finished doing your info.
I'm waiting to hear back from someone.
They're a size 10 shoe, if that helps. So, I just heard on the way down today that there was a guy up in court in Bristol he made a citizen's arrest.
Right.
And the guy, he was now on his back for something like 9 minutes apparently. He was taken to hospital. Apparently the guy died two weeks later. I nearly said 2 days. He's just been found not guilty. Do you think that's a fair result? Not knowing the case in detail, obviously.
Can't really comment on that at all.
That's not a comment we can make, is it?
No.
That's again a question that could be designed.
Yeah, he was up for manslaughter or something, even though it was 2 weeks after the event. And you think, I'm glad he's got that result, because if anybody did want to make a citizen's arrest, you need to feel that you guys are behind us. So I'm not sure how that one went wrong, really. I'm going to look into it some more, because I'm going to go into Bristol and try and talk to different people. But, you know.
That's fine.
So, any questions?
No,
Other than what
I've got no questions.
I've
No.
got no questions.
Sort of held back? No?
No.
Do you want to give me your date of birth?
I give me my date of birth. You give me your
No,
date
you
of
don't.
birth?
You don't need to. I'm only pulling your leg because obviously your colleague asked for mine.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't ask for my address as well.
You're good.
He's a very serious young man, isn't he?
He takes his job seriously.
Of course, and
Yeah.
I hope you do.
Yeah, I take my job
I hope
seriously.
you do. Yeah. I just find it a bit worrying when he keeps wandering off to do certain things.
No, he just wants a bit of privacy on the call, I think. That's all.
Of course.
Yeah.
But of course, if I was to wander over and record, I'd be perfectly within my rights.
Yeah, if you want to.
So you're fully aware of the photography laws?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's fine.
And
You can do
there
it.
is no right to privacy in public?
Yeah, that's fine.
And although this is technically private, it's publicly accessible.
Yeah, and you've been fine to
Yeah,
with us.
yeah, no, that's great.
I've
That's
got no issues.
Yeah. Well, this is why I try and approach things my way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I watch some of the videos sometimes, and if a police officer deserves a bit of stick,
Yeah.
then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But if guys come out like you two have, very professional, not quite sure why the mask keeps going back up.
Well, I mean, because obviously COVID and everything.
I mean,
going on,
my guys want to see what a good-looking chap you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm actually looking to present one police officer at the end of this year with the best-looking police officer award.
Oh, wow.
Now, I can't be sexist and say it's got to be a WPC because they don't exist anymore.
Right, okay.
So you're in the running. I've got to say, young man. You
I
know,
appreciate that.
if you hadn't have been a Bobby, maybe you could have been a model or a film star.
There you go.
You know?
What I'm going to do, Scott, is I'm going to leave you some I'm going to leave with you some words of advice. Okay.
Please
So-
don't. Please don't.
All I'm going to say is just don't impede anyone's access into the building. All right.
You know, I said please
And
don't, and you've still gone and done
I
it.
mean,
my
I-
viewers are all now, when it goes up later on, they'll all be going, bloody typical, they can't let it go.
Yeah, no, 'cause it's not right to let it go, is it? I mean, if you're aware of the words of advice, then it's just it's another time, isn't it? But
Can I just ask you, PC Brown,
yeah, go on.
do I look as though I'm...
You know, I didn't say you commit any sort of
No.
offences, did I?
Do I look as though I'm in any way a little bit sort of mentally impaired or
Not at all.
a bit thick?
Not at all.
So do you think I probably know the rules to stick by so as I don't upset you guys?
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
But it's for my purpose mainly.
Okay,
Isn't it?
go on then, just for your
All right,
purpose.
yeah.
Right, so don't give him any stick, guys, okay, in the comments. Give him some love.
So
He's
essentially, like
just
you say,
being kind.
all I'm going to say, Scott, is don't impede anyone's access to the building, obviously. And in terms of standing by the gate, don't do it. Essentially, it's more of a security risk than anything else. All
What,
right.
just standing by a gate?
Standing by the gate over there, because that's obviously our accessing and out of the building.
Do you not think that I'd have the good sense to move if a vehicle was approaching from either direction?
I'm sure you would. But again, it's for my purpose, isn't it?
Okay,
All right.
so what if I do?
Well then.
Just to test the water. What if
Well,
I go
I mean-
and stand out, because I want to film the electric car. Want to get a couple of close-ups of that if possible.
Electric car.
Unless you
the little one over
unless you
there.
can take me in so I can have a close
Oh, I
look.
can't let you in.
Can't
No
do
way.
that, unfortunately.
Why not?
Um,
They do in some places.
I'm sure it's arranged beforehand.
No, not at all. Gloucestershire.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of the house. Car park's open. Walked in. Bobby came out. Really nice. Can I help? No, not really. I'm fine, thank you. He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Well, actually, you could put your blue lights on.
Yeah.
That'd be nice."
Yeah.
Normally, you guys say no. He did. Showed what was in the back of the car. Had a chat. Wouldn't let me sit in the car, obviously. But I am intending on booking a ride out.
Absolutely, ride along.
Ride along, ride
yeah,
out,
yeah.
ride along. But people keep telling me different information, and again, your lovely media office hasn't got back to me. Now I've spoken to Avon and Somerset,
Okay.
Gloucestershire.
Yeah.
Now I'm down this way.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm just going to go in now and try and find a name of somebody to contact.
Okay.
Because I would love to do that, but I need to know if we can take cameras.
I would.
Because that would be
on the basis of what we do. I would probably say no,
Yeah.
purely because it's other people's confidentiality we're concerned about.
even if there was an agreement that for the ride to A to B to C to D, it could be on.
Oh,
But if we
I'm not
got
sure about
anywhere,
that. I'm not sure about the A to B.
Yeah, this is the-
purely because, again, we're saying things over the radio. Sometimes the radio is out loud.
Of
all that
course,
stuff,
yeah.
So,
yeah,
I don't know, Scott. That's a conversation we
yeah.
have to have.
And do you think it would matter if I promised that I could edit those things out? Because I'd never want to capture
I
personal information. I don't do personal cars. I know that that's a big thing that some do.
Yeah,
They film the personal cars to get you guys to react,
Yeah.
even though you know it's not against the law, and you also know that they can't get anything from it.
Yeah.
But it's just a way of pulling your chains,
Yeah.
you know. So
So I don't know. I think probably again that's going to be a no, purely because obviously it's not a police computer. It's not.
of
you know,
course, yeah. So do you think if I was to, because I don't want to go in if anyone's in there, you see.
I'll have a quick chat with them.
Can I come in? Is that all right?
Shall I let them know that you're going to film them? I mean, you
Well,
can
they
let them know.
should be. They should be okay with it because it's a
But
public.
I mean, if you're going to talk about ride along, is that what the idea is?
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, all I'm going to do, Scott, is I'll leave you in peace.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Like I
Give us
said,
one of those then.
no worries.
Thank you very much.
Cheers,
I
Scott.
think you can go and sanitise now.
Yeah, sure.
I do test. I do test regularly, but right, I'm going to put my mask on because obviously
Yeah, no worries.
COVID. This is unusual. It looks like I'm being taken in.
Right, cool.
Listen, guys, thank you very much for
Cheers. No worries.
for stopping and chatting.
All right. Ride along scheme.
Oh, okay.
If that's all right.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Have you got any problems with the camera?
That's fine, although I'm not too familiar myself with the ride along.
Okay, no worries.
So I can try my best, but
A name, a phone number, an email
I
address
don't believe it's currently going on at the moment.
because of COVID.
Due to COVID.
Okay, well, hopefully come the summer, because that's what I'd be looking to do it
Yeah,
really.
I can't really provide you with the time frame itself.
No, that's
Due to
fine.
COVID, the ride along scheme.
Just contact details would be fantastic if you can, please. Thank you.
I think there might be something. I think it's on the Avon website. Have a
So
look.
I'm just gonna. It's a pretty impressive piece of architecture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. What are the other ones up north like police stations compared to this?
I haven't travelled north of Watford,
Okay.
not because I'm frightened to. It's just trying to stay down this part of the world.
Yeah.
I want to go down as far as Cornwall.
Yeah.
I want to go up Swindon. So I want to do Swindon, so Wiltshire, Oxford,
Yeah.
maybe up to Aylesbury.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to avoid other people doing it as well because, you know, like I said out there, if I come across and you've had a bad one, you could be a right pairer to me.
Oh, I'd like to not think so.
No, but we're all human.
Yeah.
So if I tend to look on other people's, type in certain stations and see if anybody's been, and I hadn't seen anything from here for at least a month. So you surprised me when you said somebody had. But hey, I'm not signed up to everybody, and there's hundreds of people doing this now,
sure
you
there
know.
are.
So
Yeah.
We're going to get back to it, Scott.
hey,
all right?
no worries. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do...
Can I just put my ear around there because I can hear better then?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So what I'll do, to apply for it, it is online.
Okay.
So if you go to this website...
As long as it's not the media office, because they don't get back to us.
No, so I don't know exactly which department it is.
No.
But this is how to find out all the information
Brilliant.
about it. So this is the website.
Sorry, young man. I'll make sure you're not in.
So this is.
I don't believe you were, but if you are, I'll blur you out later.
So this is the website
Yep.
that you would need to go on, which is just the Avon and Somerset website.
You waited till I took my glasses off. I can't see now.
No, that's absolutely.
Oh, you've underlined it. That's okay.
Yeah, I've underlined it anyway. So
Thank
then you
you.
click on apply. Okay. So then, what it says on here, it's just got the COVID-19 update,
Yeah.
which is the ride-along scheme is temporarily suspended as a precautionary measure
Yeah.
due to the coronavirus situation. We apologise to anyone who has a ride-along booked, and will update this page once the temporary suspension has been lifted. So
Brilliant.
I haven't been given a time.
No,
frame of
that's
when it
fine.
would, obviously,
Yeah.
with the
Is
current
it a popular scheme?
It can be, as
Right.
far as I'm aware. Yeah, it
Okay.
can be. I'm not, as I said, I'm not 100% too familiar, so I don't
Sure.
want to give you false information.
No, that's fine.
But yeah.
Leave that to this side of the counter.
Unfortunately, yeah, I can't give you a time frame of what, but I would keep checking this website because
Yeah.
as soon as it is uplifted and it is
Sure.
available, it will be updated. So it has got details of who can apply.
Yeah.
So it says, if you're thinking, anyone living in Avon and Somerset areas can apply for the ride-along scheme. The age restrictions apply if you are under 18 and
Sure.
and
Yeah.
16. What would you like to observe? So you've got the choice of either our our communications department,
Okay.
our neighbourhood policing team, or our response team.
Okay. Lovely.
And then they've just put, unfortunately, not all departments are able to offer the ride-along
Sure.
scheme. Our dogs and mounted section, serious crime investigations team, and crime scene investigators do not offer this scheme.
Yeah.
For,
Well, they'd have to lend you a horse, wouldn't they, if you went with that?
but yeah, so then it's just, and then at the bottom of that page, it's just got apply now.
Okay.
There would be a button which you would then click on
Sure.
to go through that process, but unfortunately,
That's suspended.
it just says online applications for the ride-along scheme have
Yep.
temporarily been suspended.
Brilliant.
So that would be the way. So just keep checking this page,
Sure.
and then it would be.
So I don't know if you can answer this next question. If you live just outside your boundaries, would that bar you?
Where do you live?
Well, I live right on the border between South Gloss and Gloss.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I'm waiting on them getting back to me as well because they're suspended at the moment.
Yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't really be able to confirm 100%.
No, that's fine.
It does say anyone living in Avon and
Yeah.
Somerset area can apply for this.
I
It
suppose
doesn't
they
say-
can make their mind up at the
Yeah,
time,
I
can't
would
they?
put all of the information in there that you have, and then go
Yeah.
from there. Really,
Sure.
decide if and then they can then obviously be in contact with you to discuss in further details.
Brilliant.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to give you a time frame of how long.
No,
it would
that's
take, because obviously it's
absolutely
completely
fine.
dependent on everything else once it has
Yeah.
been lifted.
No, you've been fantastic. Could you
Alright.
just let me know your name so I know who I've spoken to?
I can give you my caller number.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, so my caller number is 8267.
826. And what's your first name?
I don't need to
No.
provide with my first name, no.
It's just that my viewers would love to big you up, you see.
Yeah, no.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, all
That's
right,
absolutely
but yeah,
fine.
That's my caller number.
Lovely, brilliant. And I don't suppose there's any chance of just looking very quickly into an interview room, is there?
We wouldn't be able to take
No.
you into an interview room, I'm
No,
afraid.
just to the door I was hoping, but
No, unfortunately,
No,
our
that's
interview
fine.
rooms are,
I'll make sure I got my BBC t-shirt and I might get a bit luckier. You never know.
All right.
Cheers. Thank you very much
That's
indeed.
not a problem. I'll have a lovely day.
And I know you don't really need to, but stay safe as well, guys. Very much appreciated. I've got to now dip to not get anybody. Thank you. So guys, a little bit of paranoia getting her Christian name, that's not a problem. We might remember that one in future, because if they don't need to, we don't need to. So there's the electric car, can't really see much from here. It's the only one I've seen around today, but there's some vehicles around the back which we will check out later on. That's all right. So guys, expose and educate at Bridgwater Police Station, and we're just having a wander around to the back before we go, just to see what the security's like. Also to give you a good look at the back of the station, because this is where all the marked vehicles seem to be. I'm assuming that that sign means behind the wire. So we'll just have a little wander up this way. Lots of vehicles round the back. In fairness, not much to see at all. Looks like there's some building work going on down the back. I'm not going to walk all the way down there. So yeah, so all we've got round here is a few cars, a couple of vans and a big old truck, scientific investigations. Not a lot of point in hanging around, guys. We've had a good interaction. So we're going to move on to the next one. If you like what we're doing, normal request time, please click like. Please share the video. Sharing it gets it out there to more people. Please click subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And we will catch you on the next one. Hello.
How can I get to the police station?
Yeah, if you go back up to the end here, turn left through what looks like a barrier with the gatehouse.
Okay.
And then if you turn left, there's a sign for parking that you can use.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
no worries. Take care.